Doug Gordon, the Beta Motorcycles, MP Cabinets, Lucas Oil Machine with the Alan Johnson Performance parts and pieces under the hood of that car, and the fist bump from daughter Madison out in front, daughter Macy behind the car. That's a family operation. Doug's father out in front lining him up. His wife Christina's there to back him up. That team is the embodiment of racing like a family. Everybody who works on that all funny car, part of the family. Grandparents, the parents, the daughters, who also do some driving to themselves. In fact, Madison scheduled to end up in that car here in 2 more seasons. Is Doug Gordon, who was the 2020 world champion, backing on up after a runner-up performance last year. Your number 2 qualifier. That car ran in the 540s 3 of the 4 times down the track this weekend. Charles McLaws is in lane number 2, in from Winslow, Arizona. Good look at the McLaws car there, number 10 qualifier. Car was a consistent 570 runner in qualifying. Charles and the team know they're going to need to tune it up a little bit, because there's the car in lane 3, and that's Kris Hool, C-Tech manufacturing machine out of Evansville, Wyoming. The cabinet makers and so much more. Kris Hool was your number 5 finisher in the world a year ago. It's a good quality car over there in lane number 3. But Hool and the team, I think they would tell you they struggled a little in qualifying. Only qualified 7th with a best run of 5.62.7. So Doug Gordon, Charles McLaws, and Kris Hool. 2 are moving on. 1 is done. 3 green lights. First one off the line is Charles McLaws. He's going to have a shot at an upset here. Gordon gets there first, and Charles McLaws on a hole shot knocks off Kris Hool. 5.68.7, 257 miles per hour for Charles McLaws. Doug Gordon was 0.82, 5.50 with a 3, and just trucked on away from everybody else. But Charles McLaws was 0.33. Kris Hool's reaction time, 1.77, and that was the difference in this one. Kris Hool ran a 5.63.1, but when those cars went through 1,000 feet, he was looking over at the parachute packs on the back of Charles McLaws' car, and McLaws is moving on a big old hole shot over Kris Hool. So Gordon and McLaws are moving on to round number 2.